Y'all just let us know when we're live. We don't know anymore. We live yet? Live yet?
Yes, we are live.
We're live. All right.
Hey,
Good
everybody.
gracious. I hate doing this every week. I hate starting this show with not knowing if we're live. It says you're live and it's oh, I forgot to turn my volume down. Then it's 5 minutes later before you know if you're live. I don't know, babe. You want to turn the lights on? Maybe we are a bit dark. Maybe we're not. We'll go with it. All right, so we don't have the extra shop lights on because it looks like you're in a operating room when we have them on. They're so bright, and it's starting to, sun's starting to set. Days are getting shorter. I think we'll just be dark for a little bit, and then we'll lighten up as the sun sets behind us. So welcome, everybody. Looks like we already got quite a few people on right now. I'm hearing everything from chatting about moose to weather to everything else right
Windows.
there. Yeah, to windows. That is such
dilemma.
such a sore subject here lately.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
I bet you probably wish that you would have talked to me out of getting those windows as much as you wanted to.
Yeah, I do. I knew from day one those trapezoid windows were going to be an issue. Not only money, but time.
But I wanted them.
Yes, she did want them. It's one of the big features she wanted on the house. But I'll be honest with you, they're about twice the cost of what I was thinking. So you get one window.
So is everything else.
So you get one window.
So is everything else.
Yeah, everything else is 2 to 3 to 4 times what it should be. But we're not going to get all negative tonight.
No.
See, Bullet don't even like it. He says, I'm out of here. We're not going to be negative. I'm going to go do something. So welcome, everybody. Good to see y'all. It's like we got people in the house from Kentucky, upstate New York, Central Florida. There's a few of y'all from Central Florida. A Outdoors and Miss Gail. Quite a few people there. I tell you what, it actually feels pretty good here.
I know, we almost could have did a fire.
Well, we almost could have did a fire. Almost. Yeah, it ain't quite
We
that
gotta
cold.
save that wood though.
So the temperatures are still kind of high here, but what's really nice is the humidity's kind of dropped off yesterday and today. It was really windy yesterday and today, which made it feel good, which no wind right now. Almost a little cool fall feel in the air. But I'm seeing by the end of this week, first of next week, we're supposed to get maybe some potential 50s, high 50s, which will be awesome. Then we'll light us another fire. We'll enjoy ourselves and really.
Got the wood ready.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. Wood's been sitting out there for 2 weeks, just waiting to get burnt. But we've had a bunch of 90-degree days. And speaking of 90-degree days, about half the garden has burned up and did not make it either. These fall vegetables don't like 90-degree days, so. Y'all send us some cool weather, we'll send you some rain. We'll do a trade. How about that? So Mr. Richard says he plans to cut hay this week. I really wish he wouldn't do that because Mr. Richard don't live too far from us. And anybody that cuts hay is guaranteed to rain. And I need a week with no rain because I'm renting a ditch witch tomorrow and running underground plumbing this week and electrical and everything else. So can you hold your hay off till next week, please? I'd really appreciate it. We always laugh about that. We got a neighbor right next door who bought 66 acres beside us. And all he does is hay on it. That's what he bought it for. And I kid you not, won't be a cloud in the sky. It'll be 10% chance of rain or 0. It doesn't matter. He goes out there and starts cutting hay. One little dot will show up, and it'll start raining. We always laugh about that.
Fails.
If we hear him on his tractor, we say, yep, it's about to rain. And sure enough, it does. Every time. Oh, goodness. So Danny says he's expecting tornadoes tonight. Man, be safe. Y'all must have some bad weather rolling in where you're at. And then you got nags all the way from Australia, and I see Louisiana, people all over the place here. So thank y'all so much for getting on and chatting with us. And Jeff is calling me out. He says, speaking of fire, how's the firewood coming? Well, as far as the moisture, I haven't checked it recently. You know, it really slowed down, but what we've been burning here recently was showing 18 to 21%. It's been burning great, the little bit we have burned. But as far as firewood itself goes, non-existent. I've got some down there on the ground that's been sitting there for months. It's probably rotting. I have got to split it. And my father has quite a bit of, I call them logs, 10 to 12 foot trees that he's cut down that I still need to go pick up, cut up, and we need to get splitting ASAP. I have got to get on some firewood videos. I'm going to be honest with you, all these 90-degree days past week and everything I've got going on in the house, zero desire for firewood at all. Zero desire. I'm not going to go out there and just burn up. Now, next week, if we get some of them 50-degree days and I get past this very busy week that we'll talk about, firewood sounds doable. I'm actually itching to run my chainsaw. I would like to run the log splitter. So that will be coming. And then at that point, we might as well track some more moisture as well because I'm curious to see fresh split firewood, how it dries, versus what I've seen in the summer versus fall with low humidity. I really think it dries quicker in the fall, and I always thought it would dry quicker in the summer, but that 100% humidity is probably a big problem. Not to mention we've got like record rainfall this summer as well, so that's not helping either. Let's see here. Arthur asked, how are you going to carry your underground electric from pole to house? That's exactly right. So first thing tomorrow, I start got a ditch witch rental, and we'll start running from the power pole to the house to where I'm going to mount the meter can on the outside, which backs right up to that main panel that y'all seen me install. And while I've got a ditch witch rental, we're going to go ahead and run around the house and put a couple spigots in right there, that where I can water flowers and things like that, and have easy access to hoses, and where I can always tap into plumbing down the road for, say, an above ground pool, things like that. So I want to go ahead and get most of that run while I'm paying a ditch witch rental. You know, why not? I've already bought the PVC, the fittings. So it's going to be a full day tomorrow of underground electrical, plumbing, and then I'll probably get that video edited Tuesday, out to y'all Wednesday. I even did some work today, and typically I never work on Sundays. It's kind of a day of rest. But I got the venting done in the house with the plumbing, changed some mistakes y'all found, and updating y'all on more mistakes y'all found. But now I truly do appreciate that. So we'll have a couple more plumbing episodes. Really, and I think in 2 episodes, plumbing's completely done. Hey, I flew through that quick. The electrical, oh my goodness. I didn't realize electrical was going to take as long as it has. Like 2 to 3 times as long as I had ever planned. Some of it my fault. Some of it I went back done. Actually, to be perfectly honest with you, I think I want to add in one more outlet and wire in the house. We got to talk about that the other day for the outdoor kitchen. Then I'm done. We're going overkill. I'm like a fiend. I'm addicted to electrical. I got to run more of it.
But we just don't want to miss anything. We want to make sure that we have enough for everything in the future.
Yes.
Really trying to think ahead.
Mosquito. So just like we were on the front porch talking just a couple of days ago, the house has been, it's been slow to build by yourself. That's just a given. We knew that. But there is a silver lining in that. We were out there talking and kind of just dreaming about our outdoor kitchen, and for somehow the outdoor kitchen and bar top got twice as big as it was supposed to, and I'm kind of losing what I thought was more my area.
Should have consulted me first.
Yeah, I guess so. I kind of thought inside was hers, outside was mine. That's not the case. I'm finding out.
Are you gonna cook every day outside?
No. Okay. We'll take turns. Don't forget, you got to do your cooking channel. So we need you to cook more for the channel, for YouTube, right, y'all?
So even more to make it big.
Yeah. So, anyways, we were out there talking, and I got to looking. I think I want to add another electrical plug. I think I want to get one down low in the cabinets to where I can tap into it, run under cabinet wiring for lights out there on the bar top. And I keep calling this a bar, y'all. We're not stocking it full of liquor. It's not a bar. It's a bar top, a cooking area, a prep area with a raised bar top to sit underneath. I want to get outlets out there where people can plug cell phones in, things like that. So I think I want to run just a slight little bit more electrical. Don't worry, it won't be no episode for it. And then kind of the last of it is getting everything on the side of the house and the underground this week. So ultimately what's going to happen is I'm going to wind up calling the inspector over here for a in-progress siding inspection, electrical inspection, a rough-in electrical inspection, a rough-in plumbing inspection. There's going to be, and a rough-in HVAC. Like, somehow it's worked out. Yeah. Okay. Somehow it's worked out where I bounced back and forth so much, I'm going to get him over here for 4 inspections at one time. So that gives him 4 opportunities to find a lot of problems and me do a bunch of follow-up and I screwed up videos, which I will put out there so people can learn from my mistakes as well. So Lisa asked, what are we eating tonight?
Yes,
you can talk so I can wet my whistle.
We are making bacon wrapped steak with asparagus, wrapped all in one on the Blackstone. We're going to try it on the Blackstone. He has his doubts. I will make it work.
I have my doubts. It's hard to cook something that thick on a Blackstone all the way through, but we'll see. We'll
make it work. And I'll be using Thank You Cash. We received our bigger canister of our cow camp. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cash. He's been hooking us up a lot here lately.
And you want to give thanks to
So I don't know if Karen and Charles is on here, but Charles Travis, I talk with him a lot. He's been watching the channel for a while. I just don't know if he gets on live streams much. But I wanted to say a big thank you. I've been trying to find a comment from you all week, and it's been lost in hundreds of other comments to tell you thank you very much for the kind card that you sent us and the very much needed Lowe's gift card,
Thank you.
which we can for sure use. So thank you very much for that. We truly do appreciate your generosity. Thank you everybody that supports
Yes.
and gives us positive comments and sends things. I know y'all don't have to do that, so it means the world to us.
It does.
So a comment that I just seen from Jeff, I'm missing quite a few tonight. They're flying in. He says, "Why did I get my Steel MS 462? That's a chainsaw, everybody. Versus over the 362, which is quite a bit cheaper, or the 500i, which is the newfangled sports car version." Honestly, watch that video. I explain a lot of it, but the 362 was just not powerful enough for me for bigger trees because I already have an MS 260. So the 362 was not a big enough jump up at all to go from basically 260, 261 to 362. Now the 500i, the reason I decided not to, it was a little more money, not a whole lot more, but a couple $100 more. But I don't have to have the latest and greatest. The 462 was tried and true. The M-tronic carburetor and everything else has been out for years. It's trusted. I was a bit concerned about the new EFI computer stuff if they start having any issues because it's still relatively new, but it was very new at the time I bought my saw. So I was a bit concerned with that. And every YouTube video I watched online of people doing speed tests and side-by-side cutting of a 462 and 500i, sometimes the 500i was a little faster. There was even times the 462 was a little faster. I just didn't see enough increase in cutting speed and capacity for the increase in cost and the potential risk of something new that hasn't truly been tested. Now, with that said, everybody I know that has the 500i, they absolutely love them. I haven't heard of any major issues. It sounded like it would have been an awesome saw to go with, but I don't regret my purchase one bit. That 462 will cut anything I ever asked it to, minus a little bit of milling that I want to do. It's not a powerful enough saw for that, but I don't plan on doing much of that. You would really need like an 880 or 090, some big saw like that. But hopefully that answered your question. I think the 462 is an amazing saw, and I think the 261 is probably the primo firewood saw out there unless you're cutting big stuff. Obviously, I've already got a saw for big stuff there. And now I'm itching to cut some firewood. I want to run my saw. I want to run my chainsaw. So we got Olive in from New Mexico. I don't remember ever hearing anybody from New Mexico, so
I
welcome.
don't think we have before.
Well, maybe we have.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we haven't. You're our first New Mexico viewer. Thank you so much for getting on and chatting with us. So. Let's see. So Jeff also asked, what's your idea or reasoning for doing the pole barn house versus a traditional style house? We've always kind of been different. I like different. I like that the pole barn house gave us the flexibility to kind of design anything you want on the roof, because technically the load bearing is not on any walls unless you do a loft like we ultimately decided to do. It's on the post, so you kind of get freedom to do whatever you want inside. The other thing I really liked about a pole barn house was you get your roof up first. And that was important for me building our house because we started in the heat of the summer, just miserable. So you get your roof up first before anything else. Then I get the freedom to work in the shade underneath, not be miserable, and kind of start working on everything else, raising the walls from the plumbing to the concrete slab to the walls to everything you've seen. That I really, really like. The other thing we liked about it too was you kind of get big porches and can design the big porch area however you want. And although this house, the way I have ultimately done it, is not going to be a cost savings at all versus traditional build at all, because I have upgraded everything. The porches still are a pretty significant cost over traditional. For example, most people around here before COVID and everything flew through the roof, most builders charged $100 a square foot for anything on the roof, including porches, did not matter. Whereas out there right now, although I still got more money to spend on the porches, the last time I crunched the numbers, I think I was $25 a square foot. So huge savings there, and we got a ton of porches. Now, as far as everything else, since I decided to deck the roof, since I decided to 2x6 walls, all that stuff, I threw my savings out the window for traditional pole barn, whereas most people slap tin up, spray foam straight to the tin, and they get a lesser built structure, but you can save $10, $20 plus $1,000 framing them in. I chose not to go that route, but I really wanted that quick roof. I wanted the freedom inside to kind of design however we want, and that's what gave us the option to do that. And I'll be the first to admit, this is kind of snowballed out of let's save some money to let's build it right.
Yeah.
Let's be happy with it. And it's going to bite us in the butt financially at the end, but we're the ones that have to live in the house. I want to be happy with it. So it is what it is. Hopefully that answered your question. So, let's see here. So, I see everybody talking to Mr. Jimmy, who we absolutely love. He says he can't stay long. He's taking care of his brother who has cancer. So, absolute thoughts and prayers that go out with you on that. We had that hit our family a few years ago, so I know all about that. So, we pray that everything goes well there. There is awesome medicine and doctors and things out there. We have somebody in our family that is in complete remission from stage 4 right now. So, fingers crossed, prayers, whatever it is that you believe in or need, the possibilities are absolutely out there, and I certainly hope that things go positive for y'all. Oh, let's see here. Ralph's got to jump off too. Thank you so much for chatting with us, Matt. Ralph, let's see here. Good evening from Mississippi. Says, just Lou, love your channel. Don't comment a lot, but watch faithfully. I do recognize you. Yes, you do. Thank you so much for watching and chatting with us and jumping on tonight. And I missed it, but Maddox and Lennox must be on, according to Cash, so welcome our friends Maddox and Lennox.
He said he's hunting in the woods and it's not loading good, so he won't be chatting.
He's in the woods hunting.
Yeah.
Come on, man, cut that phone off and focus on that beautiful outdoors. Don't worry about us. We'll chat with you later. But keep your volume down, because it's, look, right now it's perfect hunting time. You don't need to be on that phone. You need to be looking for that big buck that's sneaking through the woods. Speaking of, I went out and pulled my game camera card today. I finally have a legal buck on camera. Finally. I've got a whopping 2 pictures of him in the last 3 weeks, so that's not looking promising at all. And I had probably 30 pictures of bears today too, so yeah, a mama with 2 cubs and that little male still here, so
great.
Yay. Another coyote back, so yeah, we got a little bit going on around the property. We'll try to get y'all video out for that before long. So Rusty says, thank you for all your videos. Thank you, Rusty. Another faithful subscriber there. Comments all the time. So appreciate you so much for that. And Cash says he's helping his younger brother move. And why does he have to wait till Sunday? I don't know. If there's one thing I hate, it's moving. So try to make the best of the rest of your afternoon, Cash. Yes. Appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us. Oh, let's see here. So Miss Gail says, Andrew, you're the owner, builder, contractor, 3 hats. You're doing a phenomenal job. Thank you very much. Yeah, my plate is full, especially when you get into weeks like this. So I didn't really get to talk about it. I'm having to play a lot of the contractor this week, juggling between the people doing the windows, people doing the doors. I've been back and forth with the spray foam guy. I've got the propane company coming in, and then I'm trying to go get equipment rentals. I'm trying to put stuff in myself. It is a full plate. It is beyond a full-time job to do this, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Could you imagine juggling 4 different houses?
Oh no!
Scheduling
I tell you what, this process has made me really appreciate that whole process right there. From the contractor that may charge you 10 or 20% up front, that dude has to juggle. He may not be out there swinging a hammer. That guy's got to juggle so many houses, so many customers, has to please so many people, has to really work people back and forth until he gets them a good foreman that he can trust, subcontractors, everything else. From the plumbers, oh my goodness, the plumbing this week has been, I actually enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but you got to be so precise, and the code involved in plumbing kind of blew my mind. It's more than the framing and electrical. It really has been. Then the electricians, all the code that you got to read and the way you got to run stuff. I'm starting to really appreciate these guys' trades, and they absolutely earn what they charge. So the next time you call a plumber and it's $80 an hour and whatever else, and he's got to go deal with some bad business, tear it all apart, get it back right, and follow code, I think the dude's earning his money, without a doubt.
That's what you said when I walked in the other day. You're like, plumbers earn their money.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And again, I enjoy the puzzle piece and figuring out of it. I really do. I like that type of stuff. But you better have patience when doing plumbing. I'm figuring that out. Although my plumbing's just about done. Again, the electrical, I can't believe how long that took me. But a lot of that was changes, adding, waiting on stuff from slow Amazon. 2-day Prime does not exist anymore. So it's been one thing after another. So 1B Turner says he sees a bear hunt in our future. Sadly, the season was only ever open once here. It's been closed back down due to, we'll just say, political reasons is what it's really about. Eventually it may open back up one day. And yeah, I may pursue that on the property because there's a lot of bears around here. And I keep talking about that old bearskin rug out in front of the couch that I can just lay there on and watch TV. I think that'd be pretty awesome, me lay down on a bearskin rug. I'd like to have one. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, let's see here. So Paul's talking about going deer hunting in New York first week in November. I'm excited. I want to, but I'm just not seeing a whole lot of deer, and it's got to cool off, y'all. It's so hard to get motivated to go hunting when mosquitoes are everywhere and it's 90 degrees like it was last week. But as soon as we get that first cool snap, which sounds like one more week away, my butt's going to be in the tree stand, I can promise you. Especially if I get a few more pictures of not a monster, but a legal buck. I don't care. We'll put some meat in the freezer. Actually, we need some smoked sausage anyway. This is what we've been talking about. So yeah, Brad says don't let bullet become lunch for the other animals. That's right. I've been working on the coyotes off camera. Actually, I just hadn't had an opportunity. They just randomly pop up, and I'll continue to. It's just it's a way of life around here. Some people may or may not agree with it, but if you're going to have a place like this, and ultimately animals like him, and eventually chickens and goats and everything else, it's either the animals, the predators take care of them, or you take care of the predators is what it boils down to a lot of times. So that'll be something we kind of grow into and ultimately share with this channel and this lifestyle. So really looking forward to animals. We keep talking about that. I really am. I just got to get to the point where I can focus and get them. And what do you see, little man? We've been having that old kitty cat Patches, I called him, with a big old patch been popping up. Y'all seen him the other night when we canceled the live stream. Right when we closed out last week's live stream. Right, he was sitting right there. And luckily Bullet didn't see him or he would have went crazy. All right, he's over there looking for crumbs. So Patrick says, did you do any low voltage work like future smart home stuff, alarm system, door windows open, closing, stuff like that? I did very basic stuff. I've already got a couple episodes over the last few weeks. It's more for Wi-Fi and wireless internet than anything else. We're not going super crazy. I'm not running low voltage wiring to every single window and door, all that stuff. A lot of that stuff is wireless nowadays. It's very reliable. I know a lot of people have issues with wireless. It can be hacked and everything else, but don't forget, we live in the middle of 50 acres. A lot of times for people to get into this wireless stuff, they literally have to be line of sight of the house. We're not next door with 50 houses around us. So that takes some of the risk out of the equation, not all of it, but I could be there for the next 2 weeks running wire to every possible thing I could think of for the future. Or we can just go through some of the convenience of the wireless stuff, the wireless cameras, the wireless security systems, and use that stuff. Yeah, it's not as bulletproof as wired. I totally get that, but it's just one of them decisions we're making that it just seems like the right way to move forward and not waste too terribly much time on that. Because if you did everything that you thought of for the future of your home, you would spend tens of thousands more dollars and you'd never get your home built because you'd be out there forever trying to think of all the little things and add it. So I'm trying to be smart about the decisions that I make right there. So Todd says 4 weeks from now is time change. Did we say 5 or 5:30? So we decided Halloween Sunday, the weekend before time change, we're going to 5 p.m. Eastern. And I will send out a notification or reminder just whenever you click or get your reminder to come to the live stream. Just make sure you pay attention to the time because it will show 5 p.m., not 7 p.m. Y'all can already see how quick it's getting dark now. That's going to give all of us more freedom for the afternoon, not be out here in the pitch black dark trying to cook right before you need to go to bed and start getting ready for work tomorrow. And then those of y'all that live further out west, it's kind of middle of the day for y'all, so that should give you time for church and everything else throughout the night as well. But it's mainly just because it gets dark so early. So kind of looking forward to bumping it back to 5. I think it's going to help us out a lot. So Russell says he made it. Sorry he was late. You don't be late next time, Russell, but we'll forgive you. Appreciate you jumping on and chat with us. Oh, goodness. So, number one, Noel, he just come out randomly. Y'all must be talking about food, and I noticed cheese grits with fried grouper cheese and shrimp.
No, I think he went fishing today.
Oh, that's what he's having for dinner. That sounds so good. Well, fried grouper didn't come off of Lake Lamont.
Well, I know,
that came out of the ocean.
I think he was the one that said he went fishing
That
today.
sounds so good. And then he asked what we're having for dinner. So, she's doing bacon wrap, steak wrap, asparagus.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. We're going to see it in just a minute. How about that? So, Bettler asked, did I ever get the price of spray foam? Sadly, no. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's one thing that I'm learning about trying to be the contractor as well. Everybody, and I mean everybody, can tell you, oh, I'll get you a quote tomorrow or tonight or quote on such date. You could throw that out the window. I ain't found nobody that got their quote back to me when they said they would. So I was supposed to have a quote about 3 days ago. Still haven't. I'm going to give it another day or so. hit this person up again about that and try to start locking down a time frame, because once I get these things locked in, I've got to start moving on toward a sheetrock guy next. So it's really hard for me to process all this, but no quote yet. I really want that quote because it's going to be a big quote, and I kind of need to keep crunching the finances and numbers here. I hope I get it tomorrow, but that's just the way it goes. I've learned to not be disappointed when people don't say they'll do what they'll do, because that's been everybody thus far. Absolutely everybody.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So one B Turner says, am I going to build a pew closet? No, because she got her walk-in closet, which was the size of a bedroom, and that kind of took up me having any play space there. But she is going to give me one corner for my gun safe.
Yeah,
that's about
just
it.
a little corner.
So my gun safe will be my pew closet. That's pretty much it.
That's all he needs. He don't need any more pews.
So Jeff asked, did the flip-flop hunter get a turkey yet? You talking about me? You talking about this guy that wears these things right here? Yeah. No, I ain't went out turkey hunting yet.
I like that. The flip-flop
The
hunter.
flip-flop hunter. That's what I need to change the other channel that.
Yeah.
Wow, we're starting to get bright again just with these lights. No, I have not. It's legal to shoot turkeys. It's bow season still here right now, but all the turkeys y'all are seeing on camera, those are actually very young turkeys. Even the little jakes in that group don't even have beards yet. There wouldn't be enough meat on them to really go after them. All the big toms that are around here right now stay way back deep in a swamp that's just north of us on my neighbors. And I just haven't really seen no big toms around here yet, and that's all I would go after this time of year. Now, once it starts getting a little colder, they do start coming out. So eventually, yes, I will get one, and I'm excited to show y'all the way that I cook them. I haven't seen nobody else cook them this way, and it's so good. It's so good. I'm ready to share that recipe without a doubt.
Then he will be cooking on the live stream.
Yes. Well, we may just make a video on that for the other channel. Another catch, clean, and cook for the other channel there. And Maddox asked, am I going to go fishing this week? I'm not committing to that at all anymore. I really want to go this week because this is our first week. They're calling for no rain. So all these flooded rivers are actually going to start dropping. That's the time you go fishing. The problem is I have equipment rentals this week. I have subcontractors coming in, and I have a ton of phone calls to make and a ton of work to do.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year, Maddox. Sorry to disappoint you, buddy. I can't even get Lennox's mowing videos because the grass is actually just about stopped growing. It really has. I got one more mowing, and I ain't getting Maddox's fishing videos. I feel bad. I'm going to try to go this week, dadgummit. I'm going to try to go. We did get to go on the boat yesterday and kind of enjoy ourselves and relax, but I didn't even carry a fishing pole. It was more.
I might have an early day this week. We can go.
You might have an early day we can go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Maybe we might go. Maybe. So apparently if she can go fishing, I'm allowed to not work on the house. But if she can't go fishing, I'm expected to work on the house. Y'all see the way this works? Yeah, tell me about it. Did Shorty buy a step stool for the record box? Papa, hey, you talking about me? Did Shorty buy a step stool for the breaker box accessibility? Oh, man. Well, he's like 6'7" and 325 or something like that. I forget what he told me. Actually, yes, I have been using a little ladder every time to access that and work on the wiring. Thank you. Some of us are vertically challenged, and I can't help it. But I can get in places you can't get. What you think about that? Hope you don't live close. But, I mean, I could take it. I think I could. Maybe not. Oh, goodness, this here. So, Jason, you actually, maybe you're being serious, maybe you're not. It says when you're done with the house, you can make your own catch, clean, and cook pond. You have no idea how much of a dream of mine that is. If there's ever something I can do down here one day, I am dreaming and dreaming of building like a 2, 3, or maybe up to a 5-acre pond, which is extremely expensive. Not cheap at all, especially depending on your soil. I've been watching Bama Bass and his pond build, and quite a few other people. Watch Let's Dig 18 and all the ponds he builds.
He wanted to put one right out here. And
I did, but that's kind of where our septic system is going to go, and I don't think it'd be a good spot for a pond. Couldn't eat them fish. Catfish may thrive, though. Who
he wanted to
knows?
sit out on the porch and fish.
That would have been awesome, having a porch overhanging a pond. That's what I was thinking. I thought that would have been awesome. But that is actually a dream of mine. Maybe if this channel gets big enough one day to support a project like that, shoot, that would be an awesome build series for the show. And maybe we get us a little bass or bluegill pond or catfish pond. And then, yeah, Ain't no reason we couldn't do weekly catch, clean, cook videos of fish right out that pond.
That would
So,
be nice.
fingers crossed, a guy can dream. I'm dreaming of that. That is, without a doubt, one of my ultimate dreams for this property. Build a, nice several acre pond. We'll see what happens. You never know. You never know. Oh, let's see here. People still talking about flip-flop hunter. So, it looks like Uncle Tim's got to jump off. So, welcome and goodbye there, sir. So, another very popular question. Arnie asked, are you planning on solar power and battery storage? And if so, what? I have not looked into it greatly, but it is an extremely popular question on the channel. Here's the problem. Our electricity is so cheap and affordable here. Like, I don't expect our electric bill to be much over $100 a month with everything that we got going over the house. That's not counting the shop. But the way we're insulating and all that stuff, it would take a lifetime unless the government starts giving out amazing tax credits to give us full 100% paid solar to pay off a system. And then you got to replace batteries every so many years. So it's extremely difficult for us to look into solar. Yeah, we're in the perfect state for it. We get all the sunshine. I won't never say no to it, but with as cheap as our electricity is, like 11 cents per kilowatt hour for 1,000 kilowatt hours, we got some of the cheapest electricity probably in the country thinking about it. And it's hard to justify a big project like that and an expense. Like I said, unless the tax credits just get to where we're getting a free system, then yeah, I would seriously consider at that point to be off grid, and it would make, again, an amazing build series for the channel. So as of right now, no, because, well, electricity's cheap. So we're going to keep using it. So, 1B Turner says, Bama Bass says his is $1 million pond. It's funny you mentioned that. I haven't actually, Bama Bass just popped up on my phone.
That is crazy.
For the pond build. It just popped up on my phone.
That is crazy.
These phones are listening to us, y'all. They're listening to us. No, he actually posts every Sunday night his pond build.
That was funny, right as you were talking about that.
Now, I was guessing this pond was going to be $500,000 to $600,000. There was some people, I've been reading the comments, some people think a pond his size is going to be, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000. I was like, there ain't no way. We got 800 dump truck loads of clay hauled in.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we probably wouldn't have to do that here. Actually, out in the woods over there is some very thick clay. I may not have to haul any clay in, depending on where we do a pond. But $1 million, I didn't think it was going to be that much. I was thinking it was going to be $500,000, $600,000.
That is insane.
Now, we would never in our lives do a pond that would cost that. I would have to really scale it down, and it would have to be more the price of, say, a truck. And I would rather drive an old beat-down truck like I have now. A nice new fancy truck.
Oh.
Come on now.
Oh.
Come on now. Let's get us one of them ponds. I'd much rather have a pond than I would a new fancy truck.
We already have a pond.
No, we really don't.
Yeah, we do. We have a half a pond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have ponds on the property, or flooded swampland, I should say. Only one of them holds fish every now and then, and you can't even access it. And it went dry last year, so I haven't even tried to fish the thing because, well, you can't hardly get to it. And two, the fish would probably be that big that are in there now. I need to go check it out one day, though. Eventually, I'm going to build a floating dock out of that one. Maybe that'll be my pond. A floating dock build. Yay. Golly. So, Brian says, have Daniel and Houston help with the pond. Well, I don't know they want to come down here and work for that long for free, but I'll reach out to Daniel and see if he'll do it. How about that? And Richard asked, am I setting up electric for backup generator systems for storms? Absolutely. I've already got the plug. I've already got a long generator extension cable. I've already got the wire. As soon as I put siding on the house, I'm mounting the plug on the outside. That's going to be some of the last electrical that we'll do. I've already got a generator disc or main panel generator disconnect kit so I can legally backfeed and wire into my panel so the main can never be on. So that will be, it's on probably on a special episode here coming up before long. Already set up, ready to go for that. And like I told y'all, the propane company gave me the thumbs up. The tank's going to be right over there by the main panel. That's kind of why I went with the smaller one to get it in that general area. So I can wheel my generator right over there, hook up the propane if I ever need to. I'm going to run it on gas mainly, and plug right into that generator plug and fire the house off. And my HVAC guy, he's putting soft start and all on my system. I forgot to mention that. He thinks my generator is big enough that I might even be able to run our central AC, which is awesome. Now, if we can't do that, we'll always keep a cheap $100-something window unit that we can stick right in the bedroom window. That's another reason I wanted a window that can go up and down. So in the event of power outage for several days, we can at least cool off part of the house, for sure the bedroom, and sleep in comfort. Because if there's one thing I can't do, that's sleep when it's hot. I cannot do it for nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. So Brad says, you think in Florida you can just dig a hole and fill it with water. That's very true, you can. But then when the water table drops, your pond vanishes with it. So you've got to have some sort of clay liner or plastic liner there to keep the water there. Because it may come in, but it can also leave. We get droughts and all here as well, so our water table runs up, then it goes down. I got to see if I can do something with this camera. We are so bright.
We are.
I don't want to take Bullet out of the equation, but we might have to face him up. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
No, that's not.
On my screen, well,
We're still so bright.
no, it isn't. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. We're just
Sorry.
we're just going to have to be bright, blazing people.
We're not used to this dark.
Well, when we go back to 5 p.m. here coming up in a few weeks,
It'll be
that'll
better.
help. So let me get Bullet back in the equation.
It'll be better.
It'll be better. Why do we keep saying it'll be better?
It'll be better.
It'll be better, y'all. So Cash says Maddox, he was talking to Maddox, says that he got him an 8-point 2 weeks ago. Wait a minute. You didn't talk to me, Cash. You didn't tell me you got an 8-point. I want some backstrap. Send me some backstrap.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right. Pictures or didn't happen. So the Solo Asylum says, bought a dozer for $10K and dug his own pond, sold the dozer for $10K. I like your thinking, my man. I'd be curious how big your pond is, though, and how much cost you have in it.
Except for he wouldn't want to sell a dozer.
No, I mean, I could tell her that, hey, I'm going to buy this excavator and equipment, and we're going to sell it as soon as the pond's done. But I know me, and she knows me, and I'd find another project, and I'd kind of like to keep the equipment.
I can put a for sale sign on it, just as much as you can.
Yeah, but if you sold it for what I told you paid, or I paid for it, we'd be in big that'd be a lot of trouble. So you're going to have to try to sell it for about 3 to 4 times what I told you I paid for it, just so we get our money back. Right, guys? Y'all know how that works?
Yeah.
Rusty says, you guys still look beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We're glowing, right? We're absolutely glowing. So Jay, 26, 1989, says, hey, Andrew, love that work on the house, and also saw the new ice build video today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. It wasn't a very exciting video, but I promised some people some test results. Thought I'd get that out. We'll still do a little tinkering, as the shirt says, with the ice maker and see if we can get a little more efficiency and play with a few other things with it. But I have a feeling we are probably about max capacity for that thing, especially in this hot shop. So my cousin from another mother, Lisa, says caps. I know, and we keep getting asked every week like fishing. I ain't had no time to look into caps.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today.
I need to. I thought about it a couple days ago. I have got to try to get some more merch and apparel and get some hats.
As he tells me, add it to my list.
Yeah, add it to my list. I got to work on it. I really do. I want some hats so bad, but man, I can't. It's busy here lately. I ain't even gonna dare complain because I enjoy my life. I really do. I'm enjoying all this, but I'm busy. I'm absolutely busy. Just like a couple nights ago, I was responding to comments at 11 p.m. and somebody was like, "Why are you still up?" I'm like, "Well, I'm working." Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, let's see what else we got here. So, how's the fall garden coming along? Says Jeff. Yeah, not so good, Jeff. Not so good.
We'll be starving.
About half of it is still alive because as soon as I planted it, we were supposed to get a heck of a cool snap. It never came. It vanished. We had 90-degree day after 90-degree day after 90-degree day, and it burnt this stuff up. Watering did not help. A lot of those vegetables are, well, they're fall vegetables.
He's getting ate by mosquitoes, probably.
So they didn't last. Now, I still got quite a bit of cabbage out there, some broccoli. I finally got a little bit more lettuce. It's doing halfway okay. My head lettuce died completely. My romaine lettuce is actually doing really well. It's liking the warmer weather. I'm still looking. I'm still going to replant a lot of stuff, so we'll get another gardening episode. We're supposed to get a cool snap in about another week, and hopefully by then I have found some lettuce plants. My cauliflower completely gone. There's a few things I need to replant, and it needs to stay cool at that point. If it gets back into the high 80s and 90s again, moving on into October, November, it'll kill my garden again. So there's never no telling. This is Florida. We could have some 20, 30-degree days, teens, rare single digits, and a frosty, cold winter, or it could be 80s and 90s all the way till next spring right now. And if y'all keep seeing me doing this, it's
I know we might need to get our
it's
bug
mosquitoes.
zapper.
Well, they ain't doing too bad.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
I got thermocells kicking. I got one under the table that Mr. Doug gave us and one on the table. And they seem to be working okay. They don't taste very good though.
You can taste it?
Yeah, that smoke keeps blowing my mouth. That's probably not good to eat thermocell smoke, is it? Put hair on your chest. Not that I need any more of that. So Todd says he got his sweatshirt in. They're awesome. Awesome.
Good.
I have actually yet to order a sweatshirt
Yeah,
from
we might need
Bonfire.
to.
We need to do that. We absolutely need to do that.
Or let's see if you come up with a new design.
Maybe I do need to come up with a new design, which everybody tells me I need to come up with a new design. Yep. So Van Love for Crystal says I need to try vertical gardening. I've looked at some of that. You can definitely get a lot more and a lot less space. My ultimate dream is maybe by next fall, I want to do a high tunnel out there and maybe a very small, even movable greenhouse to start seeds. Because while Florida's unpredictable, a lot of times it's a warm winter. There's a lot of times we have a lot of frost and very cold winters. We're far enough north. We're near the Georgia border. So a high tunnel at times would be awesome. And I'd love to be able to grow some summer vegetables all through the winter. Maybe if we get some fresh squash and zucchini. What you laughing about? What kind of comment now? Who?
Mr. Richards' comment.
Mr.
He
Richards.
said Andrew is scared of Tiffany getting the zapper out.
Yeah.
That's why you shot it down.
Yeah. Y'all shut
We
your,
don't need that zapper.
y'all shut your mouth. We ain't talking about that. By the way, I did pull that zapper out. I think I talked about this in a live stream or not the other day, but I was out here editing. The mosquitoes are thick and everywhere, and they were just swarming me. I finally got that thing out, and I bet you I killed 20 of them. I felt like the man. Yeah, pow, 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 pow. I got them. I got them. It works.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the
Yeah, go ahead and
Blackstone
fire the Blackstone.
fired up.
That's right, because we got to do this experimental cooking tonight. See how this works out. Some asparagus. Yeah, Solo Sob says, bug zapper not around. Well, it's kind of around. I've got it locked up in the gun safe, and Tiffany does not have the code. So that's where it's at. Yeah. So, I see, yay, hoodies. Do we even have hoodies on Bonfire? I need to go back and check that. I know we have sweatshirts. I don't know if I have hoodies on there or not, but I need to get me a hoodie too. I need to represent that Kelley's country life. I need to support these people. Get me a hoodie and a sweatshirt. Maybe it'll get cold. I know what'll happen. As soon as we buy a hoodie or a sweatshirt, we'll have the hottest winter on record down here, without a doubt. Trust me, that's the way it works. So Sharon says she has a 6x8 greenhouse. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All I need is something small enough that during winter I can go ahead and start some seeds and get things going for springtime and be way ahead of the game, because you just about can't find plants anymore. So I've got to start planting my own seeds and starting things from seeds. And I think a little 6x8 would be perfect. I don't need a greenhouse for growing anything other than, well, starter seeds. And Lisa says she loves her shirts, so thank y'all so much for everybody that's been ordering the shirts. And do me a favor, Bonfire here recently has been going through tons of changes. I guarantee it's COVID related. They'll have to upgrade price on shirts or change cost or something. And every time they do that, they stop the campaign or stop where people can order until I go in there and approve whatever change happened. Well, I can't remember to check the thing every single day. So if y'all go in there and try to order a shirt and can't get it, leave me a comment on any video or whatever it is, say it won't let me order the shirt, because then I got to go in there, see what changed, approve it, and allow the orders to start again. It's kind of frustrating, but things are changing. Is the world we live in now. And speaking of odd things like that, I'm having a heck of a time with YouTube deleting comments over the last few weeks. So if you're watching this and you've got some of your comments deleted, it is not me. I can't remember the last time I've deleted a comment unless it's spam, extremely vulgar, or things that we ain't even gonna mention because children's on here. You just get some of that junk on YouTube sometime. Other than that, it's not me. If you try to put links on there, driving traffic outside of YouTube, say, hey, check this thing out on, I don't know, eBay or TikTok or whatever the heck it is. Well, because you drove traffic off of YouTube, I guess they see that as a threat, and your comment's instantly deleted before I can ever see it. So I want to let everybody know that. If a comment vanished, it wasn't me. I guarantee it wasn't me, unless it was absolutely rude, then I ain't got time for your comment anyways. So keep that in mind. So Todd said hoodies are on the way. That's what he got. Awesome. I couldn't remember if I added them. We went through a ton of clothing design a while back, but by far the most popular is t-shirts because, well, it's just hot everywhere. But I need to go in there and get me a hoodie myself, without a doubt. Wow. So Rai, I hope I'm saying your name, or Ray or Rai, says, good morning from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So welcome, thank you. Everybody started hearing about Dubai here lately. That place has just exploded in growth. And I think without a doubt, you're the first person we've ever had on from Dubai. So welcome. It's nice to chat with you. Thank you so much for jumping on our live stream. And Jade261989 says, how's your tractor since the repair? It's been awesome. I use that tractor every single day of the week with the exceptions of sometimes Saturdays, very rare Sundays that I don't use it. So 6 days a week I'm usually using that tractor. That code has not come back, no issues. So that sensor they replaced, under warranty, thank goodness, completely took care of my issues. Tractor's been running beautiful. So I don't want to talk too good about it much more because you know how that works out. So Chris says we need flip-flops. I think that's an excellent idea, Chris.
I would love flip-flops.
We do need some Kelley's flip-flops, even though a lot of people up north hate flip-flops and think people that wear them are crazy. In the South, that is our footwear of choice. I don't know if Mac's on or not, but I know Mac would love some flip-flops, without a doubt. So I need to look see if I can get some Kelley's Country Life flip-flops. And I'll try to get a steel-toed version for those of y'all that want to still run your chainsaw and do some work and all, protect your feet. Oh. So Brent says, just FYI, with the solar system, doesn't matter your location, you'll probably have an 8-year payback with the federal tax credits, so you're good to go, even if it's only a small system. Well, that kind of changes things. If the tax credit will pay back fully, I'm a novice to this stuff, and I've read where you're only getting 20, 30, sometimes up to 40% back. So I've always been under the impression I'm still expecting to pay the 60, 70, 80% of the system. Plus, again, every so many years, you have to upgrade the system, change out batteries, things like that. And I've just never seen the cost payback with as cheap as our electric is. But I may need to look into that a little more, no doubt. Honestly, with the way we are right now with permitting, probably now is not the time to add it. And I know a lot of people think that. I think right now I need to stick with the permits, don't modify or change anything, because it's usually a whole lot easier to go back after the fact, get a, what the heck is that permit called? An add-on or change like that. Those permits are normally a lot less scary than what we're currently going through right now. So I think adding them down the road will be okay. Plus, the way I've designed that closet and pantry and our main breaker panel, I can easily pull a system in from outside at any point in time. Plus, that pantry is plenty big enough if I ever wanted to add a solar battery array. I'm just not sure about venting. Obviously, having batteries inside, there's probably some specialized venting you'd have to do. But yeah, I'll look into that down the road. I will. What would you look for? Thermometer?
Yeah, thermometer. I found it.
All right. So hunting version of flip-flops. Everybody wants some flip-flaps, they say, and everything else there. Camo flip-flops. We got to do that.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. So Robert asked, what would be the first animal you get on your land? I keep calling this a farm animal, but it's not. But it kind of is. The first animal we're going to get without a doubt, and maybe even soon, is a dog. I haven't had a dog in a long, long time, and I'm extremely busy. But now that I'm actually working from home, I do have the time to devote to one of these crazy critters right here. Look at him. Got to fluff that bed up. So I think I want a dog. And the reason I kind of still consider that a farm animal is because I expect that dog's responsibility and some of what it to do is to protect animals that we have, to bark, let us know something's out there, let us know there's coyotes in the yard, things like that. Then we're going to move to fixing in this pasture. I'm hoping to do that next spring unless the house completely breaks us. Ugh. And it may. I want to fence in our pasture that we planted for animals, and it's either going to be, next will be chickens, without a doubt. Those are easy to do, and I want to do a chicken coop on the channel. Fence in the pasture, and probably will be cows, goats, or we'll move into her horses. It's going to be one of those things. But once the pasture is established, we're going to have those other larger animals out there. So it'd be dog, chickens, and then some sort of goats, cows, and horses that she's always dreamed about, and part of what we've set our pole barn up for right there as well for horse stalls. So a lot coming on the channel. Maybe we might get into hogs or something down the road, but I'm kind of cautious on those. We can hunt them naturally here in Florida, even though they do taste a little different. And I really don't know that I want the smell and flies and everything else around us, but I just have to really see where I could set them up.
That might just be the one thing we buy.
Yeah,
we don't eat a whole lot of pork.
We'd eat more if we had hogs. We'll see about that. But definitely goats, cows, chickens, a dog, horses, things like that, for sure. Let's see how. So James, that's who you are. So James with a J for 2619.89. That's what I'll say. Says we have an amazing channel. Thank you so much for watching. Truly do appreciate your support. And Tim says we need a bigger dog sitting in that chair. Hey, can't support much of a bigger dog, but we need one that's a little less prim and proper than that one right there. Need one that'll dig in the dirt and chase some animals off. And any dealer hunts, says Donald? No. Actually, there hasn't really been many dealers here lately. The last week or two, they kind of vanished on me. Yard hasn't been all tore up, so that's great. And no, I didn't do nothing about it. They just moved along. So that's great. And Van Life Crystal says we need many, the word looks like Herefords, but we've always called them Herefords. We used to have those, the larger version, over by my house, that my childhood home that I wound up buying. And many animals like that may be something to look into, without a doubt. And Robert says raise your pigs in the woods. That's without a doubt an option. I mean, not without a doubt. That is an option. Problem I'm very concerned with is pigs in the woods far away to where I can't see them or watch them. We have a major bear problem here. I think they would probably wreak havoc on them. And we have a heck of a coyote problem right here as well. But the bears I'm really concerned about, being that some of them get several 100 pounds here and could easily get in a hog pen and cause problems. So we're just going to have to really look into that. We really are. Yep, and don't forget the donkey, they said, the pasture guard. Donkeys are annoying, but they are awesome guards. And I think they would easily take on a bear. Without a doubt, they would take on a coyote. That's probably what we're going to have in the pasture more than, like, say, a Great Pyrenees or something like that, where people always say that you need for your animals and watching out there. You ready? All right, I'm going to keep answering your questions. If you're new to the live stream, somehow we've started just cooking on them. So we normally answer questions for 45 minutes to an hour like we've done. Now Tiffany's going to cook for us on the Blackstone, and I'll keep answering your questions. Come on, baby. Let me get this phone up. Oh, look at that ugly mug. All right. So, welcome to our shop, and welcome to Tiffany's kitchen till we get her house built. So, this is what she's talked about. If y'all will look, thinly sliced steak wrapped in thick cut.
Smoked bacon.
Yeah, smoked bacon. We have Limestone. There's a company here locally that's a kind of a butcher house. Oh, that makes amazing bacon, and some extremely thick asparagus. So I'm curious to see if we can cook something this thick on the Blackstone. She says we can. We're going to see. She's got a little special tool over there she's going to try to do this with. All right, let me get the comments pulled up, and I will answer your comments. So, James asked, any black bears lately? Yes, I actually just pulled the game camera cards today and probably had 30 pictures of black bears on there. A mama with a couple cubs, a young male, and they've been back and forth a lot. I'll put those pictures on a video here before long. And Shauna says, yay, cooking. Oh my goodness, y'all, that bacon already smells so good. Yep, Tiffany's practiced for a new YouTube channel. That's exactly right. We do want to get her a cooking channel down the road. Ralph, you said you were gone. Now you're back. He says, it smells so good. Man, we need to get Tiffany a food truck, says Chris.
Yes.
So tell them what you just did, because not everybody may know to do that on a Blackstone.
So this is my little lid that I'm going to kind of help steam to get some of that bacon done, because it is really thick bacon. Even though the griddle is going to cook it nicely, I want to make sure that my asparagus is nice and steamed in there.
Yep, so a lot of people don't realize you can do that on the Blackstone. You can actually, we bought a bunch of stainless bowls. You can warm up sauces and everything else in them.
Yep.
And then, what is this called? It's called the Expert Grill, but I think we bought it off of Amazon or either Walmart.
Yeah, we got it from Walmart.
So it's just a top that's made to put right over, and basically you turn your Blackstone into an oven. So if you need to cook something all the way around, that's worth trying. So a lot of y'all that's new getting into Blackstones, get you something like that. Don't think that you got to have a grill of some sort to bake. You can kind of get that same effect right here, although not quite the same. So Ronald says, hello from Maryland's Eastern Shore. Are you going to do a square D generator interlock on that new panel? That is exactly right. That is what I'm doing. I've already got the outdoor plug, the wiring, and the interlock kit itself. We're going to do it the more affordable way, but still safe and will still pass code. So what else you got? Yes, ma'am?
Oh, just some sweet potatoes to go along with it.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So sweet potatoes that are already baked from earlier, so now we're just warming them up. Can't really bake a sweet potato on here. I mean,
And
I guess
a few bugs.
I guess you could. And some bugs. Yes, that's more protein. Welcome to outside in the country. We cook bugs and everything else. So James says he's from Wisconsin. Welcome. I bet it feels a whole lot better up there than it does here. And Chris asked the all very common question, where's the liquid gold? Where's cheese? Where's our
No
milk?
cheese tonight.
No cheese.
No cheese.
Ugh.
No.
And Lisa says she loves sweet potatoes. We used to eat sweet potatoes all the time. Tiffany got us off of bread and regular potatoes. Yeah, pastas, all those carbs years ago. And I love all that stuff. And then we went to sweet potatoes. We do all kinds of sweet potatoes. And then we kind of got away from that. Now we're, I guess, kind of heading back into sweet potatoes.
He tells me he gets tired of things, so I have to change it up.
I do get a little burnout. So Van Life Crystal says she's still selling Blackstones like crazy at work. She works for Lowe's. And do you use or like Blackstone cleaner? We actually do not use it. What we use is we keep a little water bottle down there, so if you get any really stuck on bits, you slap a little water on there while this is cooling down. It bubbles up instantly. Scrape it to the back. We throw vegetable oil on there every single time we get done cooking. That's key. While it's cooling down, wipe it with a thick shop towel that doesn't leave lint everywhere, and we've had this thing for quite a while. Not one speck of rust anywhere, very well seasoned. That is the key to a Blackstone. Spend the whopping 2 minutes after you get done cooking on it every time and season it, and it will last forever.
Oh, look at this big juicy one. You want this one?
Nope. Yes, bugs, yum, good stuff. Put him in the trap. So Russell says he's got to go. Thanks for chatting with us. Mac says that looks good. See, there's Mac. I didn't hear you earlier, Mac. Would you like for me to do some Kelley's Country Life flip-flops?
He said yes.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He would like them.
I missed it. I knew he would like it. So Jonathan says he knows that we're in Florida, but is there a way to safely prevent those freak freezes that might potentially happen, even your under slab water? I have never in my life seen it get cold enough here to freeze more than a top inch or so of ground. That's why we always put our plumbing a minimum of 12 inches underground. There's not a whole lot of code here. It's just common sense. Put your plumbing deep enough that you won't hear it or hit it if you run a tractor hair or something like that through the yard. As far as under slab goes, not even a remote possibility of a problem. It just does not get cold enough here to freeze the ground. It really does not. Now, above ground pipes like over at the well and all, we wrap those in thick foam insulation because it does get cold enough here to bust pipes from time to time that are exposed up top. And what we typically do is run heat lamps and always drip our pipes on any night that, for some reason, 27 degrees here is like the magical number where I can start busting pipes. So anytime we're 27 degrees or lower, I drip my faucets for the night and never have issues, never. Oh, goodness, Big Wave Florida says he's in Florida a few more days. It's time for some grilled hogfish oyster. Oh, that sounds so good. We were just down in Jupiter in the Keys, and we got a couple of hogfish meals that were just, ooh, amazing.
Hogfish Rachel.
Yep, hogfish Rachel. Yeah, that's right. It was so good.
Yes.
So Cheryl asked, can I show you the tractor? Sadly, I cannot because it is way back over in there, and it's too dark. This whole phone does not work very well out there. Yep, treat your cast iron or your Blackstone like a fine cast iron pan. It'll last forever. That's exactly right.
We haven't had to strip this one down or do any replacing to it.
No, and I don't think we ever will. The key is the oil.
Good care of it.
Yes. Just spend 2 minutes every time you cook on it, and it will last forever, it looks like.
Now, when it's on the back porch and it's more exposed to moisture, that'll be something we'll probably worry about. But
yeah, well, we'll just keep it oiled up. And Jonathan, I totally get you. Yep, on what happened in Texas this year. And we had an ice storm here just a few years ago. You just don't have ice storms in Florida. It was crazy without power for days, trees down, roads, a little bit of frozen over bridges and all. So those things do happen. But living here for, almost 40 years, and even being here at times where we've hit teens and some single digits, I've still never seen nothing freeze up that bad here. Especially not for, keep in mind, when we say plumbing is in slab, it's actually under slab. So I got a thick 6-inch thick concrete slab under that house. Then you've got a huge vapor barrier. Ours was like 14 or 15 mil, just way overkill. Then you've got clay dirt underneath, and the piping is in the dirt. It's not actually in the concrete other than where it pops through. So there's just no way the inside of a house will ever get cold enough to freeze under slab plumbing. So Mr. Ron says he got in here late tonight. Hope you and Tiffany are having a great evening. Look forward to more house build. And he says he lived through that Texas freeze too. So yes, sir. Welcome. Oh, that was Mr. Ron. And then Robert says he lived through that Texas freeze. So we had 2 Gray comments right there in a row. Mr. Ron Gray and Robert Gray. Y'all related? And then you got Harrison. I think he lives out in Texas as well. Miss Gail says that bacon wrapped steak and asparagus sounds delicious. That's exactly right. The heck would smell. At least y'all can hear that. Was that the one that was just under here?
Excuse me?
I said, were these the ones that was just under there? Well, they're cooking okay. Yeah. What y'all can't see is the bacon's really crispy. You're going to have to keep rotating them. So James says the live stream's never buffering for him. That's good. That cell phone booster that I have right there is the only reason why. Because we used to try to do live streams without it. You can forget it. We would drop them all the time.
Yeah, I guess I need to get me another one of these lids. So
Harrison from Alabama, originally from Mariana. I apologize, buddy. I got you mixed up with somebody else. I know we got quite a few people on here from Texas. So Jonathan says, since your house isn't a basement, what about tornado protection? Jonathan, I've got a 20-something video build series on an above-ground shelter that's right over there that you can't see. You should go check that build series out. I built my own above-ground tornado shelter because, well, we used to have a barn right there a year and a half ago, and we got hit by a tornado, and the barn wound up out there. Totaled the camper and everything underneath it while I was sleeping in that camper, by the way. And that house is built so well. Don't forget, 2x6 walls, 12-inch on center in the back, 16 on the sides, and we have a big closet back there that has no windows, no nothing. So if we can't get out to the shelter and something pops up upon us, the closet's where we're going without a doubt. So DeVault asked one of the most life's important questions. Do you like your bacon crispy or floppy?
I like mine a little half and half. Andrew likes his very crispy.
I like mine so crispy that when you bite into it, it turns to powder.
Yes.
That's how bacon's supposed to be. I want to hear the crunch. I love super crunchy bacon. I can't stand chewy bacon. To me, that means it isn't cooked. It's not done. Crispy is the only way to go.
Yeah, this bacon ain't staying on like a open.
We falling apart on you? Well, you're pulling your, you got to flip it on around. Yep. Well, it is what it is. See, we keep it real. This is a live cooking show. I can't edit this out.
I stuck some little jalapenos in here, too.
You stuck jalapenos in there? Oh, they'll probably turn out good.
Yeah, from our garden.
Yep. As long as it's not like the ones we had the other night. We had a friend bring some jalapenos over the other night, y'all. And we shot some dove this past weekend. Bacon wrapped the dove and stuck a jalapeno on top. I kid y'all not. Hottest jalapenos on the planet. Jalapenos are normally not hot. Those were choking and coughing me as I was cutting them up in there, taking your breath away. Even everybody else said it's the hottest they've ever in their life seen. Woo! So bacon wrapped pork loin, says Tim. Yep, I actually have smoked those from time to time. Yep, Moonmaster says late, but looks like I'm right on time for the cooking. That's right. We're trying something a little new tonight. It's an experiment.
Yeah, it's not quite staying together like I hope. Dang it.
It is what it is. We're going to eat it. It'll make something, won't it? I can't say what it'll make, but we all know what food makes. And that's my saying.
Well, this bacon wasn't as flexible because of how thick it is.
Yeah, that'll thick cut bacon. So, if you get that old cheap store-bought stuff, you can wrap it around, crisp it up, and it stays stuck. Right, but when you get the real,
very thick.
This is the real bacon, like from an actual butcher.
It'll still eat.
And James says they got a Blackstone just because of us. I'm ready for Blackstone to sponsor this channel now. We'll get the new latest and greatest in all the seasonings. Maybe one day they'll find out who the heck we are. But you enjoy your Blackstone. We recommend them to everybody. They actually work. They really do. So Bettler says they make jalapeno rolls with cream cheese. Here comes our crumb snatcher looking around. Cleanup crew. Little smokies wrapped in bacon. That actually does sound good. We do jalapeno poppers and things like that, but never use little smokies. So Robert says, we'll be safe from the tornado laying on Tiffany's shoes. Shoot, I'll be holding on to my gun safe.
What's that?
Robert says, if we were in that back room, we'll be safe from the tornado while we're laying on your shoes in the closet. I'll be grabbing my gun safe. So A Outdoors has to jump off. Thank you for chatting with us. We're probably going to wrap this up here before long, but kind of want to see the final product of this.
Yep, it's almost done. We'll get this bacon going and make sure the asparagus is good. Slap some butter in here, and then at the end, I'm going to add some of this buttery goodness in.
What do we got going on here?
This is some garlic, butter, and some herbs, and some lemon to kind of give it a little bit of flavor in the asparagus. I'm going to drizzle in it.
All right, getting fancy, huh? We can't do any meal without garlic, y'all. We don't care if it's minced garlic, fresh garlic, powdered garlic. We are going to have some garlic. Best stuff on the planet. So Brad asked if we cooked steaks on that. I actually cooked our first steaks the other day on it. Now, they were cheap steaks. That's the only reason I sacrificed them on this, because I'm a firm believer a steak goes on a charcoal grill or a smoker. But we actually put some butter down, and I seared some steaks on it the other day. It turned out okay. We put them on salads. So that's what we do with our cheaper cuts of steaks. But, man, I have yet to put a good, healthy ribeye or Delmonico on there because, I think they're supposed to be over charcoal or wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bullet needs a little cleanup crew shirt, they said.
Oh, yeah.
What you doing under the table?
Same job.
Oh, he's over there in front of that fan. So Mike's Adventures just jumped on from Palm Bay. Welcome, sir. We're kind of wrapping up doing our little cooking here, but we're going to give it a few more minutes, see how this steak-wrapped, asparagus-stuffed, whatever you call it, works out. So James asked, any more storm shelter videos? I don't know if you watched the other 20-something I have that has it mostly wrapped up, but we will have one more storm shelter video, just kind of showing it finalized, and I've still got to put some earth auger anchors in the ground, basically like mobile home anchors, and bolt into it, so there is just never, ever a risk that it could flip over, even though I don't think it could do it right now. So Mark says he did some smash burgers on the griddle. This thing is awesome for smash burgers.
See, this bacon ain't staying on.
Oh, well. See, I'm showing all your flaws. Live cooking, y'all. It don't matter. That still looks good.
I gotta get that bacon done now.
Yeah. Get it crispy. It'll work. It looks like a chicken cordon bleu meal or something. Some stuffed meat. So DeVault says a good steak in a cast iron pan, 2 pads of butter on top, cooked on a charcoal grill is amazing. Oh yeah. So you talking about cooking it 2 kinds of way. That would actually be good to kind of carry it back and forth without a doubt. So Michael just jumped on from Michigan. Welcome, sir. We're kind of wrapping this thing up, still answering y'all's questions and doing a little cooking. So ask anything you got. And right now it says, heck, he'd eat it. I think I'd eat it too.
You better.
Oh, I promise you I will. That's better than McDonald's. I don't care how. You can't mess that up worse than fast food. I'll take this. Find any crumbs, man?
I'll make sure you get some beetles in there.
Yeah, thanks. Skeeters and beetles in our food. Don't you love cooking outdoors? Max says sometimes he just cooks straight 10 strips of bacon, put it on a piece of bread and eat it. Speaking of, it's about time for another BLT. We just don't have no fresh tomatoes.
I was just thinking that.
So Robert says he made scampi shrimp tacos with diced mango and avocado aioli tonight. That sounds amazing, even though I can't eat shrimp. But I could put some fish in there and do that. So Jonathan says we need to get a Dynatrap XL for mosquitoes. Is that one of the propane powered ones that stick them to that old sticky rotating pad? I'll have to look that up and see what it is. Yeah, we don't like the sprays if we can help it, but we will use it. So Mr. Tim says it's great to join y'all for the first time. Just finished his ice maker yesterday. Awesome. It's doing great. He's jumping off. Got to tend to the grandson. And what is going to be your new time again on the live stream? It will be Christmas Day, Halloween Day, the 31st of this month. We're going to move back to 5 p.m. Eastern. So the next couple weekends, we'll still keep it at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for jumping on and chatting with us, Mr. Tim. Okay, Jonathan said that's UV with a fan, not propane. I'll have to check that out. Let me go back up and look at that again. Dynatrap XL. Let's see if old Amazon's got it. So Papa A says he totally agrees with steaks over charcoal wood. Yes, sir. It's just a flavor you cannot beat. And that old cheap Weber right there does an awesome job with charcoal. Oh, this sounds so good. That's looking pretty good. That's looking good. Oh, check that out. Smells amazing. So riding out asked, did I get all the bugs worked out with the tractor? Yes, I did. As of right now, it's running great. I've used it just about every single day since I've got it back. No codes have come up, no issues. Mr. Robert says it actually started as a fish taco. Now that I can eat. I love shrimp, but it doesn't love me. Just kind of likes to swell my throat up. So Moonmaster said he's never actually had a good steak. Every time he's tried to make one, it got way overdone. That, sir, is why you get you a thermometer. You need to get you a quick read meat thermometer. And once you start getting up to around 135 degrees, 130, 135, which is, you know, your rare to medium rare, pull it off, let it sit inside. It'll still continue to come up in temp. Once you get that 140, 145, you are as far as you ever need to cook a steak, in my opinion. Let it set for a little bit while you're getting your potato and everything else ready. That's how you cook a steak correctly until you get the hang of it. Just, if it's your first time, use a thermometer. They don't lie. Yeah, I know, but hey, the right way to eat a steak's rare to medium rare.
Yeah.
That's how you get your flavors, juices, and don't eat leather. All right, Mr. Tim, thank you for chatting with us.
All right, so we're about ready to start adding our butter here in just a minute. Looking good.
It is looking good, sounding good. Check that out. Those are even hot enough that the butter's melting in them. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm ready to eat, y'all. I am ready to eat. So what you been doing? Just moving the pan back and forth?
Yeah.
I ain't even been paying attention.
I need to.
Yeah, you do need to. Well, I don't even know where we got it. Get you another one. So Jason says he likes the steak with a little sliver of purple in it. That's pretty good. I actually like to see just straight up red juices, borderline where it cooked to a juice, but still blood coming out. So medium rare at the most. I can handle rare, but medium rare is how I really like mine. So you doing it? Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Adding some flavor. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, that looks so good. Everybody says they're getting hungry. A lot of people jumping on late. Where y'all been? We did so much chatting earlier. Where y'all been? We're just doing some bacon wrapped, thin sliced steak stuffed with asparagus with her garlic and herb butter over the top and some, oh, look at them sweet potatoes. Yes, sir. Daryl says that grill would be great for possum and potatoes. I don't know about that, Daryl. I don't know about that. Possum ain't, I ain't into no possum. No possum, no armadillo, no vulture. No coyote. That's 4 things I want to eat.
Pretty much a finished product right here.
All right.
So we're gonna Let that simmer for just a minute, and then we are ready to eat.
Awesome, that sounds good. And Mr. Robert just gave us a donation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
He says,
Robert.
here's some help with that ditch witch rental to bury his conduit. That's right. He's bought the majority of that conduit without a doubt. Now he's trying to pay for the ditch witch to bury it.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, sir. We truly appreciate it, because I will be picking that thing up tomorrow, actually. And you'll get to see all your conduit buried right over there. So every time we flip on a light switch in there, we get to remember Mr. Robert that provided power over to the house. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate it. All right, these things are looking ready. Look at that chunky garlic on top. Yes, sir. Doing great. Dennis, appreciate it. Or Denise. I don't know if it's Dennis or Denise. Well, being she's talking to Tiffany, I'm going to take a wild guess, say it's Denise. So Lisa said, was waiting on 7 p.m. Central Time and forgot you guys are Eastern. That's exactly right. Yep.
All right, we are done.
All right, I think we're wrapping this up. So this is it, y'all. Sweet potato with butter all in it. Bacon wrapped steak. Yeah, go ahead and put the last one in there. Why not? Let's do it. And Moonmaster said he was watching our video whenever he remembered we were live. So thank you for jumping over and checking this out. Don't forget to go back and watch that video. Hit you a thumbs up on there too. All right, y'all. I think we are going to wrap this thing up so we can eat. And we got to clean the grill and pack up the shop and get everything ready and then go inside and eat. So I guess this is it. So thank y'all so much. Don't forget, October 31st. People keep asking. Halloween Day. We chose that day because we thought it was really easy to remember. We're going back to 5 p.m. Eastern time. And I've kind of gotten a habit of somewhere around Saturday or Sundays whenever I put out the notification for the live stream. So do me a favor. A lot of y'all are saying you're not going to get notifications. When you hit the subscribe button on the channel, if you look right beside the subscribe button, there's a little bell icon right there. If you'll click on that, it gives you the option to turn on all notifications. So if you're not getting my community tabs when I post pictures, if you're not getting whenever we post live stream reminders, things like that, it's probably because you don't have that button turned on. That'll let you know anytime you're in the YouTube app if I just posted a video and all the other things I just told you about. So don't forget to turn on all notifications. So thank y'all so much for chatting with us tonight. Thank you for cooking. This food looks amazing. We'll shoot y'all a picture here before long and kind of close this thing out after we clean the whole place up.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. Lots of videos coming this week. Y'all take care.
Goodbye.
Good night. See ya. Say bye, Bullet. Don't tell them bye.